Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into a real classic, revisited Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalace Chronicles. It's the new remastered version of the strategy RPG.
That's right, a legendary game.
And our mission today, it's pretty straightforward to figure out the key updates and why this version is, well, not just nostalgia, but maybe the best way in for newcomers.
Yeah, and it's interesting because they had a lot to modernize. The original story, with Ramza and Delita, it starts quite focused,
All right.
but then it just explodes. It becomes this incredibly dense political drama. You've got conspiracies, big supernatural threats.
And it doesn't wrap everything up neatly, does it?
No, not at all. It really commits to being messy, which is part of its strength, I think. It avoids those simple, piety endings.
Okay, so that kind of complexity, it needs solid gameplay underneath. Let's talk about the core tactics. Still very flexible.
Oh, yeah. You've got, 20 standard jobs? And you can mix and match them pretty freely.
And the progression system, people call it a joy. Why is that? Exactly. What makes it feel so good?
Well, it's how the job points work. You get them even if you, say, miss with an attack or fail casting a spell.
Oh.
So there's this immediate feedback. Failure isn't really a setback. It's still pushing you towards unlocking something new. You're sort of always building towards the next thing.
That sounds great. But what about the difficulty? I hear the second half gets notoriously tough.
It does ramp up, yeah. But the thing is, the game also gives you some, let's call them fantastically broken options to deal with it.
Broken options, like glitches?
No, not glitches. More like intentional design. If you really dig into the job system, combine certain skills in clever ways.
Like min-maxing.
Kind of, yeah. You can create character builds that just dominate. You essentially earn the right to become really powerful by mastering its systems. It's a feature, not a bug,
Gotcha. So you earn that power. But the original definitely had some rough edges, didn't it? The interface was clunky.
Oh, definitely. The UI navigating menus could be a bit of a struggle.
And the translation.
Yeah.
Infamously awkward sometimes.
Right. That original localization was something else. Often confusing, trying too hard with that faux medieval talk. This remaster fixes all that.
How so?
Well, it uses the much, much better script from the PSP War of the Lions version. And full voice acting, too.
Full voice acting. In battles as well.
Yep. Story moments, battle cries, even little remarks. And it's really good. Universally excellent. Adds a lot to the character.
And visually. They kept the classic lift.
They did. Higher resolution, sharper sprites, but it still has that wonderful retro isometric perspective. But the standout thing, visually, it's the new tilt shift effect.
Tilt shift, explain that.
It subtly blurs the foreground and background, sort of like you're looking at miniature figures on a tabletop map.
Oh, cool. Like a diorama effect.
Exactly. It gives it this really cool, modern aesthetic while respecting the original pixel art. It looks fantastic.
Okay, so it looks and sounds great, plays well. But that complex story, is it easier to follow now?
They've definitely added things to help. There's a new feature called the State of the Realm.
State of the Realm?
Yeah, it's basically an interactive timeline. Lets you track key characters, events, who betrayed who, all that stuff that gets complicated. It makes keeping up with the plot twists much, much easier.
That sounds essential for a story like this. Anything else?
They also added quest markers for the side quests. Some of those were notoriously hard to find or figure out back in the day.
Okay, good. So more accessible all around. What about difficulty options?
Expanded. You have more choices now, including a really challenging highest difficulty if you want that classic punishing experience, maybe even harder.
So lots of improvements.
Huh?
But are there any trade-offs? Anything missing?
Well, like we said, it has the Great War of the Lions script and voices, but it doesn't include all the extra side story content like the Balthier cameo that was added in that PSP version.
Oh, okay. A slight omission then.
Yeah. And another thing, the original PS1 Final Fantasy Tactics is included, which is neat, but you have to load it separately.
And save files don't transfer between the remaster and the original.
Nope. No transfer. They're treated as totally separate games. Minor things, really, compared to all the upgrades.
Right. So, wrapping up, the main takeaway seems to be they've smoothed out pretty much all the old problems.
Exactly. Without messing with what made the original so special.
Yeah.
It feels like the version newcomers can just jump into without needing, caveats or excuses for outdated bits.
It's the definitive version, you'd say.
I really think so. Yeah.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. We've talked about how the story sticks to its complex politics, avoids easy answers, and how the late game mechanics give you these incredibly powerful, almost broken options, but only if you master the systems. So how does that combination the messy political reality in the story, and the earned, almost godlike power you get through gameplay mechanics. How does that reflect the game's deeper ideas about power itself, about authority, and maybe the consequences of wielding it? Think about that tension.